Anyone?
Recording the
This meeting is being recorded.
So what is the virtual user generator?
recording the scripts and generate the
Script statement purpose we are using for the
statement step by step
virtual
is
user
called
generator.
as
What is the controller? What is the controller?
design the scenario and execute the
Multiple user point of
singular
view we
multiple
are using
users
for
is
the
called as
control. What is the analyzer?
controller. We are using analyzer analysis for
Yes, we want to analyze the results and to find out for the bottlenecks
yes.
purpose we are using for the analysis. So what is the bottleneck? Nothing
Yes.
but it is a issue or error. But in our terminology, we can call it as a bottleneck.
Neck is
So I will start with the virtual user generator. Like we need to record our business flow and after that generate the script statement. What are the script enhancements we can do? And once scripting everything is completed, once we use and everything, each and every option is completed, we'll move to the controller. And controller also we need to execution and options and everything will need to explain. Then after that, we can go to the final analysis. So one by one step will go. So so I will start with the virtual user generator. Once we can open the virtual user generator, it will be open like this. And we want to create new script means this is the new script. Just click on the add new script. And after that, we have these all will be available protocol for the our loader tool supporting for this all protocols like Java protocol, ODBC and SAP and different protocols will be there. And web service protocol will be there. Mostly maximum companies using for the all web-based application only because you only think about that. See, in real time, what will happen? Your banking applications will be there and insurance applications will be there and SM to healthcare domains will be there and SM to the e-commerce application. So these all applications will be, we are doing only web applications only, right? All will be web applications only. So that is why all companies also maximum 99% is using for the web protocol only. That is the web application they are using. So that is why maximum you are perfect in web HTTP HTML. So you are good for the load runner point of view. So that is why I will do for the first will be, I will explain web HTTP HTML. So I'm selected which protocol? Web HTTP HTML. And after that, we need to give for the like web tour because I am doing for the web tour application and flight booking. So you why I'm giving for the every time script name also why I'm explaining means maybe once you get the job right, you need to give for the proper name. Then only okay, this guy is a professional guy. If someone will say, okay, so what you need to give, you are giving like this some flight booking you are given. So like this you are given, then someone is a new person. So which application you are done? In that which application you are doing flight booking? Anyone will know? So that is why script name also we need to give for the professional way, like which application we are testing. Because in flight booking only we can do for the web tour, no, right? We can do for the Paytm, we can do for the Make My Trip, and otherwise we can do for the phone pay. This all different application will be there. So that is why you need to give for the proper names. Like we are doing for the web tour application. In that web tour application, we are doing for the flight booking and we are giving for the date of the today. Okay, and after that click on create button. Then our vision will open and we are recording everything is the action. So this is the record button. Okay, just you can click on that record button. One new record window will be open. For here we are able to see the recording into the everything is the action part we are recording. So that is why it is there in action. And this is the web browser because our application will be web tour application is a web application. So that is why I selected as a web browser. And application nothing but we have the different browsers. You can select any one of the browser, maybe IE or Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or whatever it is our comfortable, we need to select that browser. And this is the URL. URL nothing but which application we are testing, like it is a flight booking application, Maybe it is a Facebook application, maybe it is ICICI Bank application. Means which application you are testing, that URL you need to give. Because why we are giving this URL means what will happen once click on start recording button, what is the browser you are selected, automatically this URL will be open. So now we can observe and start recording. See which browser I selected, Internet Explorer. See, it is launched happen. So URL will be launched. What is the next transaction? We need to do login, right? So before doing for the login, you need to give for the start transaction. Because why we are giving start transaction and transaction? We want to measure the particular transaction response time point of view. We are giving for the start and end transaction. So I'm giving for the, what is the transaction name? Login. And click on OK and give it as a username Jojo and Bean and click on login button. And after login is completed, you need to end the transaction, because login is completed means you need to end the login transaction. This is the insert end transaction. You can click on that and click on the login. So login is ended. Next, what we are doing? Click on flight. So recording also very important. So that is why I'm explaining for the everyday recording, because major work will be to record the script only. Click on flights. And I'm clicking the flights. If it's a click on flight is completed, what we need to do? Srikanth? We need to end the transaction. We need to end the transaction is the click on flight. And after click on flight is ended, what we are doing? We are doing for the find flight. So you need to give for the start transaction name is a find flight. And after that, you can select for the departure city and arrival city. You can select a different one. Okay. And if you want change for the first coach, and if you want window seat, and click on continue. So now this is also find flight only, right? So otherwise you want to particular transaction for this point of view, like select flight. If you want to miss, you can end the find flight and give it as a select flight, because we are selecting the flight, right? Select flight. So each and every one we can concentrate as a, what is that? As a transaction, select flight and click on OK. And you can select for the any one of the flight. We have the different flights here. You can select any one of the flight and click on continue. See, select flight is completed means you need to end the transaction is a select flight. And after that, what we are doing? Final payment details. So you can give it as a transaction name is a payment details and click on OK and give it as a transaction. After that, we need to perform our action, because you need to do for the payment means some personal details with us. You need to give for those details. I'm giving for the address KPHB in Hyderabad. And after that, credit card number and expire date of the credit card. So click on continue. See, thank you for booking through web tour application. Means using the web tour application, where ticket booked is successfully. So you need to end the payment. Next to finally our ticket booking is completed. So we need to come out the application, right? Means what we need to do? We need to do for the sign off. So you can give it as a transaction name, sign off. Okay, today onwards, I will give for the assignments also. Okay, sign off is completed. We need to end the transaction is sign off. See, my business flow to book the flight ticket and come out from the application. So my entire business flow is completed. Then I need to stop recording. This is the stop recording button. Just click on stop recording. So now you can go to the, see, now you can observe, this is the when 127.0.1 is there, right? This is only our URL. Otherwise, if you want means you can go there and see that is our URL or not. You need to check means just to manually you can open just 127. So you can observe 127.0. Means this is the our host, but you can observe windows.net and this is not our host. Then what you need to do? We want only this code details only we want. No need for this means you can uncheck this. can uncheck this and click on regenerate. Then what will happen is this code will be, this is the junk data. This automatically it's deleted and you will get for the fresh code. Click on regenerate, click on S. See, it is a code is regenerating. Then everything is recording is done. Then go to the action part because everything we record in the action part. Now we are able to see you can observe this is the login start transaction and it is the end transaction. So everything it is came. You can observe find flight and we are selecting the flight. See it is ended and after that payment details and after that you are able to see the sign up. So everything is recorded. So now you can observe we are miss any transaction means launch will be missed. So you need to give for the launch means what you need to do because what will happen automatically launch is invoking. So that is why you are unable to giving the transaction there. So you need to give for the manually means this is the start transaction, this is the end transaction. Click on start transaction, give it as a launch URL. And after that we need to end the transaction as a same name you can give. What is the name you are given? And the same name we need to give for here. See, now everything is done right. Now we'll just once execute this and how it is happening, we'll observe. See, our script will be paused and you can observe for the transactions. So one time we are executed, these are the transaction response time we got. So if you not given transaction time, you will get measure the response time of the particular transaction. No, right? So that is why each and every we need to give for the each and every page or we can give it as a each and every action as a one transaction. Then only launch how much time response time taken. And after that log in how much time and click on for flight and select flight. We need to know for this all details. Okay. So now we need to start today onwards will be like scripting will start. Okay. So you can observe now we are recorded script and everything is recorded successfully. Then we need to start our scripting enhancements. So what is the scripting enhancements means? For example, what is the perform testing? We want to test the like your number of user point of view, like 100 user, 1000 users. So those data we want to keep in the script only because we want to execute in the controller number of users means we need to keep that data. So that is the script enhancements. We can call it as a parameterization. So we have the what is the parameterization nothing but what are the values you are entering through keyboard, those values you should do the parameterization. So what is the parameterization? What are the values we are entering through keyboard? Like you can observe, then you can go to the application once and you can, after launch, we are done. And after launch is completed, you are entering data or you are submitting some application. So you are entering username and password. So username and password you are entering means what you need to do? You need to do for the parameterization. So because what are the values you are entering through keyboard, those values we should do the parameterization. Now we need to identify first. Okay, Jojo and Bean we are entered. So means you need to do for the parameterization. And after that, what you need to do? Click on flights. And after that, you can observe departure city you are selecting or you are entering.
You are selecting.
Selecting means you are not entering, means you don't do the parameterization. But you can observe departure date will be there. So if you want to miss, you can edit is possible. So if you can observe, see we are editing. You are entering means what we can do? We can do for the parameterization. Date, departure date, return date, and number of passengers, and seating preferences and type of seat. So these things we can type of seat. These things will be we are selecting only departure date, return date, and number of passengers we can do for the parameterization because we are entering through keyword. So you can observe I'm entering through keyword only. So means these values you can do for the parameterization. And after that, come to here. And after that, we are different values we are selecting, but we are not entering anything to the application. So we are, so you are selecting. And after that, you can observe first name, last name, street address, city, passenger name, and credit card, expiry date. So these are all details we are entering through keyboard. So that is why what you need to do, you need to do for the parameterization. So after entering for the C, I am entering KPHB and HYD and credit card number, and after that expiry date of the credit card, and click on continue. See, and finally sign off. Now you can observe. So what are values we are entered through code? You find out, right? In launch we have anything is there. In launch transaction we have anything we are edited through keyboard. No, right?
No.
No. Okay. So now you can observe after launch is completed. What is the transaction? Login.
Login.
So login, you can observe username, password. We are entered or it is through application speaking. We are entered through keyboard.
We entered username, password.
Yes. So what we need to do? We need to do for the parameterization.
Parameter.
Yes.
SM2 will come down, and this is the transaction ended login here, and it is started from the click on flights. And here we are entering any data for click on flight. No, right?
No, we
No.
selected. Yes.
Yeah, we are selected. That's good. So now we can observe again.
No.
We are web submit data reservation details. Like we are like finding the flight. Paris we are entering or we are selecting. So departure date
Yes,
we are
select.
entering. Means
Entering.
for the
Enter.
parameterization this.
Entering.
And arrive we are selecting. Means don't do the parameterization. Return date we are
Yes.
entering. Means we can do for the
Entering.
parameterization. Number of passengers we are
Parameterization.
entering. Means we can do parameter.
Entering.
Windows and
Parameterization.
C preference C type will be, we are selecting. We are
Selecting.
not
Yes.
enter the through keyboard. We are selecting from the, okay. So you need to do for don't do the parameterization. And after that, next transaction. This is the outbound flight value. Means we are selecting for the different flight. You can observe this is the transaction from the select flight. So means this is the flight. So we are selecting, means you are not entering. So means no need to do for the parameterization that. And after that, payment details. You can observe first name we can enter, last name we enter, address one, address
Credit card details, address.
passenger
We
one,
are
credit card,
entering.
expiry date. So these all details we can do for the parameterization. Why
Parameterization.
we are doing parameterization means what is the parameterization? Which of the values we are entering through keyboard, those values should do
Keyboard.
parameterization. Okay. So actually, what is the use of parameterization means? For example, we want test the application 100 users. Means we need to do for the 100 user point of view here only, right? So now we'll start parameterization. How to we can do? So first we need to identify the what is that username and password. So username and password. How to do for the parameterization means? Okay, listen carefully. Okay, what is the value of username? Jojo, right? So what
Yes,
you need to
Jojo.
do means you can select that. You can select
Yes.
that value and click on right button. Click on right button. And here we can able to see the replace with parameter. So please carefully listen. Okay, it's very simple concept. This is okay. Just clear, select that one, click on right button and replace with the parameter, create new parameter. You can click on the create new parameter. And it will ask for the parameter name. Which value you are doing? Which
Jojo.
value you are doing?
Jojo.
Username.
Value, username.
Yeah.
Username.
Parameter name is a username. Means you
Username.
need to give for the same as a username. Otherwise, you are giving for the some Kiran. See, someone will come. What is the parameter name? Maybe it's a Kiran is the username. He will think about, right? So that is why you need to give for the proper name. Like what is the you are doing, you need to give for that. Like user name, and param. Why we are giving param means we are doing for the parameterization. If someone will see means, okay, he done for the username as a parameterization. So that is why what is the name here, it will be there. You need to give their same and give as a param. Why param we are giving? I am doing for the parameterization. It's clear? Parameter name. And after that, parameter types. We have the different type of parameters will be there, like custom, date and time, file, group name, and iteration number, load generator, random number. This all will be there. So mostly we are using for the file and date and time. So first will be, I will explain file. File nothing but if it's a text, it is a numeric, then you need to give for the file type. Maybe it is a date and time, then you need to select for the date and time. Because you can observe, we have the departure date will be there, return date will be there. So you need to do that means you need to select what is the parameter type, date and time. But this is the date and time. No, right? This is the
No.
text.
No.
So then you need to select for the which property type, file. So you can observe automatic display. Then after that, click on properties. And after click on properties, and what you are selected parameter type, it will display. And this is the file name. What is the name I given? Username param. And you can observe after that dot added, dat dot added. So if anyone asks what is the parameterization extension file, what is the parameterization extension file means dot dat. So interview question, what is the parameterization means which are the values you are entering through keyboard, those values we should do the parameterization. What is the extension of the parameterization? Dot, dot. So after that, you need to click on create table and click on OK. And here by name will be there. We need to select always by number name and select for this username. Okay. And after that, you can edit with notepad is there, right? See, you can observe edit with notepad. You can click on that. And now if you want how many users you want, you can give for that many. I'm editing, you can observe Jojo 2 and Jojo 3, Jojo 4. And you can save it, Control S, and save it and close.
Sir, I have small doubt. If you have to do for 100 users, then we have to give Jojo 100 times, sir.
Yes. See, in real time, what will happen? Your name will be you are logging with your name, and I am logging with my name, and Ashwani logging with his name, right? Same way we are need to give for the different usernames. That is only our job, right? What is our perform testing main aim? We want to execute it to the multiple users.
Yes.
So we need to keep the multiple user data here. That is the parameterization concept. Okay, so you can observe I given 5 and it will came for the 5. Got it? And so click on close and click on OK and always no. See, now you can observe, come here, username param. Parameterization is completed. Parameterization is completed. You can observe username param, parameterization is completed. Now, next value, what value we need to do for the parameterization? Password. So
Password.
how do we can do? Again, I'm explaining. Okay, select
Yes,
that
sir.
parameter name, right button, click it,
on right.
replace with
Yes.
parameter and
Replace
create
with
new
parameter,
parameter
create new parameter,
and give it as a parameter name. What value you are doing? Password and param. Why we are giving param is if anyone will see, okay, he done for the username parameterization. So after that, this is the bean. So text or it is a date and time. Text only, right?
Sir, password. What is the password we are giving by login? That password we have to give, sir. Here we can give any name.
Yes. We need to give for the valid. If you not to give any valid, it will login is happen. No, right? See, for example, we'll go to the application. I'm giving for the Jojo and Jojo, and I'm giving for the Dean. Then what will happen? See, incorrect.
Yes, it's
password.
error.
So same thing. Our tool also it will be same thing. It will throw an error. Okay. So that is why we need to give for the valid username password also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then see, I'm selected for the file type only, right? Bean is the file type. So that is why I selected file and click on properties. And this is the file type. What is the extension of the parameterization?
Dot
Dot.
dot
Dot.
dat.
Yes. After that, click on create table and click on OK. And by name, we need to select for the what is the name? Password param. You can select
Password param.
password param. And after that, you want to data keep means click on edit with notepad and keep the valid data like bean1,
B2.
bean2, and bean3 and bean4 and control S and you can save it and go to the here. You can observe what are the values I entered. It came right. So you can observe bean1, bean2, bean3, bean4. So by name, you need to select password param. Click on close and click on okay. Very simple concept. Okay. Don't worry about this. See, password also completed.
Yes.
Got it? So
Yes.
now
Got
what
it.
you need to do means you want to execute for the multiple users. Like here we can do for the 15 or 20, it is fine. But more than that means we need to execute in the controller. But just our understanding point of view, what are the values speaking first time, which value is speak, and second time which value is speak, you want to know means we need to execute for the number of times. See, you can observe runtime settings and go to the, I'm giving for the runtime settings. I'm giving for the like 3 times I'm executing. Okay, 3 users. That is why given for the 3 times, and I'm saving and I'm executing. Now you can observe 3 times execute, but these 3 times what will happen? I given for the parameterization. That is why 3 different users will log in. See, 3 times it is executing. See, one reply error also we got. Okay, that is fine. We'll see first we'll observe for the what. See, you can observe starting iteration 1 means user will be starting here. It is a launch happen. Okay. So you are not got any username password means we need to change for the one more setting in runtime settings. Go to the runtime settings. In runtime settings, we have logs will be there. In the logs, we have the 2 logs will be there, standard extend logs. We need to keep the parameter substitution because you need to keep this only. We are able to see the what is the parameterization we done, which value it is picked or not. We need to check here parameterization substitution. So after that, save it. This is the save button. You can save, and this is the reply button. Again, we are executing for the 3 times. Invalidation. See, 3 times it is executed. We'll see the output means this is the output window. So you can observe this is the output window means we want to see the 3 times we are executed. Now you can observe starting iteration 1 and launch started, and after launch is started, launch is ended, and after that you can observe password which value is picked bean, but we got some error. We'll see that invalid column name for table username param dot. So means you can observe, so error also very important. So you can observe, anyone read it, parameter username param, invalid column name means that is the invalid column name it is showing means that is the what is the error, parameterization error. So then how do we can resolve means you can go to the here directly parameters will be there. You can click on that, then directly it is come to here, and you can which value it is failed, it is showing username dot file. You can click on that, and you can observe by name it is not selected. That is why it is a throw on error. So you can select as a username param. See, errors also very important. So when you are resolved errors, right, then only you are good for scripting. Because what I am telling, everything you can do it means that is not good. When we are getting error, you need to resolve that. See, by seeing also you need to identify, okay, parameter and username param. In that invalid column name means column name will be invalid. So that is why the username dot file. So means this error belong to parameterization error. So then what you need to do, you can go to the parameters and you can check for the username and okay, it is picked or not. See, now it's good. Now we'll execute again. Every time is anything is changes done, you can save it and replay. See, now we'll observe output. See, iteration 1 means user 1 will be started and launch is ended and login started. You can observe username param. What is the name you are given? Same name it is come. Username param is equal Jojo. Username password param is equal Bean. First step. And you can go to the second iteration. See, ending iteration 1 means ending is completed, means up to flight booking is completed. Again started for the starting iteration. Launch is started, launch ended, and you can observe parameter username will be, you can observe this time is the Jojo Bean is picked or different?
Different.
Yeah, different, right? Because
Yeah.
you are given for the different username password doing for the parameterization. See Jojo 1, Bean 1. Again, second, you can see next one, Jojo 2, Bean 2, third time.
Bean 2. Yes.
So this is the way it will work in controller also. We need to give for the 100 user we are executing means you need to give for the 100 data here. So like this you can do parameterization and you can execute and you need to observe for the things, how it is picking. You got it?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, sir, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
First time we got error, no, sir. Username param we have not given.
Yeah.
Sir, for which iteration, how we come to know, sir, error is there? We have to check total all the iterations.
No, it's every iteration it is got error only, right? See, if you are getting that error means every iteration it will get error. Because see what will happen, the username you got error means every time username will be how many times you are executing also the user will not there, it will pass your script. No, right?
Sir, but we have given
or second iteration, third iteration, whatever maybe it will fail.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So now we are completed username and password. Next to what we need to do, we can do for the departure date and return date and same to the passenger and first name, last name. This all things see I'm giving for the assignment for your guys. What are the values we are entered through keyboard? These all values everyone will be do for the parameterization and I will look on tomorrow. Got it, everyone?
Sir, once explain, no, sir. Sir, once explain, no, sir, parameterization.
Concept or can I do for the again?
Practical, sir. Once practical, sir.
Yeah, practical. Okay. See, I'm selecting for the first name I'm doing, selected and
yes, sir, right click,
parameter, create new parameter,
create new parameter.
It as a first name, F name, param. And click on properties because that is the file type only. Click on properties and file name, F name dot file and create button and click on OK. And by name, you need to select for the, what is the name? F name param and click on close. So here you can give for the data means you can give for the edit with notepad, you can give okay and click on OK and click on no. See, it's done. Okay. If you want to see how many you done, you want to means you can click on parameter, you are able to see the all parameters. What are you done as of now? If you want data here means you can click on edit with and here also you can give